Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome back to DotaPit
to
Europe CIS 2020, the double elim bracket with 8 of Europe's finest teams. We've got OG versus Nigma, game number 2. Game 1, a pretty epic battle. The Meepo versus the Faceless Void. Nigma took it, and now we are here in game 2. The best of 3 upper bracket matchup. No elimination here, but now OG one loss away from that dreaded lower bracket. Trent, how you feeling, buddy?
Good. They tried to meepo the weepo, and he said, no, I don't think so. And thus we go to game 2. An advantage to our Radiant team. So, same, what do we got here now? Same sides, right? But different, pick order? Yeah, different pick order, because first pick was for Enigma last game.
Yep, and now OG will have it.
I didn't actually look, what did they choose here? No Tail took first pick. Okay. And then Nigma took Radiant.
So Magnus Wisp banned out by Nigma, and Bat Rider Phoenix taken out by OG. Interesting, the Wisp factor, right? We've seen pretty much every team ignore Wisp, and then you've got these two, and they both still play Wisp. So depending on who has first pick, one of these teams is pretty much obligated to ban the Wisp. We saw OG take it out last game, first phase. Same logic. So... still a couple of Wisp players out there.
OG says, oh yeah, there's a reason we banned Doom like early on in our last games, because this hero's really good.
Yep.
So remember to take it early, but we finally get a Rubick. Oh man.
Enchantress.
Is this the first time we've cast in DotaPit? I think it is.
Possibly.
At least the two of us. I don't think we've had a Rubick yet, because I keep thinking, man, this is a good Rubick game, but the 4s keep getting picked up extremely early. Before like a Rubick is necessarily like you have this big counter where it's like, oh, sick Rubick game, but now you have a Doom first pick overall, so that's a good time to grab it.
Absolutely. Doom and Ench, still a solid opener from OG. Very good meta heroes, very open-ended.
Now, will they do the hard carry pick like some teams do here?
That's a tough call.
Or will they do something more like the Thompson Invoker or something again?
I don't think they're going to take a hard carry here.
Like, what about the Spectre, like we saw earlier, where there's a Doom opener and then we just saw the Spectre snagged up? I think that was Na'Vi, and it didn't work out well for them, if I recall.
No. I'd say Nigma do have last pick, so they're going to play it patient. They're just going to grab the Clockwork here instead. And I guess a little bit of flex, generally assuming Clockwork is the position 4 these days when I see him grab this early, but... any chance this could be a 3, or is this just our support duo for Nigma?
I think it's our support duo, and it might be a 5 Clockwork.
5 seconds.
Could be a 5. Okay.
Because we had a really good 5 clock with the Spectre, our first game of the tournament.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did, and I think I think I was a little surprised at how well it worked out.
Yeah, it was extremely strong, actually. I think it was. I can't even remember. I think it was VP Prodigy. It was those games, right? Nope, wasn't those ones. Was it Alliance NIP?
Radiant team.
I don't know what we were casting.
That might have been.
We were casting,
that might have been NA Dota.
It was
good.
good.
North America.
Yeah, it might have been.
Time zones, buddy.
Yeah.
Time zones.
I hear you. But either way, yeah, the 5 clock did work out fairly well.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they plan on doing. I could also see RMN playing like a 5 Rubick, perhaps. Not necessarily for GH.
Like seeing the Rubick get a little more farm. I feel like he's a support that does have some scaling potential.
Could be a miracle Rubick.
10 seconds remaining.
You never know. You never know.
5 seconds
Terrorblade taken out alongside the Wind Ranger. What's happened to the core Venge?
Radiant
Remember, OG
team
was one of the teams that we first cast with the Thompson Venge mid. Has that kind of fallen out of vogue? No longer the popular-ish?
All the items it built are worse, right? It used to just like, pretty much all of its items got nerfed. So I think it's like a little bit worse. It was pretty dependent on like Broken Helm, and then even the new helm got nerfed again. So
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's a little bit out. I think it's still playable, but I think the support advantage offers most of the stuff that you want to get anyway. Oh yeah, AM's a good one to ban too. Now it's pretty annoying for Doom still.
I think we've seen AM banned. Feels like every game so far this tournament.
Yeah.
Nobody bold enough to first phase him, and also nobody bold enough to leave him in for the second picking phase. So Vector Invoker taken out, and then also that dreaded Pugna from the last game that Weehaw played so well.
Prophet is still in.
Remaining.
Natures or death?
And well, both, but I was thinking natures. Bat Rider is banned. Just trying to think of MC heroes. Especially the pair well with Clockwork. I guess they could Darkseer themselves.
Yeah, I was...
Because the AM's banned. But the Oracle's still in, but then they have Oracle Ench. And Ench could play 4.
Darkseer with Clock is pretty darn nice.
I think... Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge Darkseer still. Maybe Darkseer you really want to see the position 1 first, though.
I still don't love Darkseer that much in a vacuum, but I have gotten got by underestimating the mind control Darkseer many a time. I don't know that there's a such thing as a bad Darkseer game when mind control has that hero. I really... It's like universe level. You know, there's just a couple players out there that play this Darkseer on another level, and I can't exactly explain why they're so good with it. They just are.
I just missed the universe offlane Faceless Void. That guy was a chrono bot. Oh, man. That guy had the best chronos ever.
Oh, the good old days. Viper now picked up by Nigma.
Okay, that's pretty hype. That's a nice flexible... Well, Viper's not that hype, but it's a very flexible position 3 or position 2 hero. Kind of like they're in a bit of a rough spot in terms of the pick here, and I think this is a nice way to solve it.
It's kind of a catch-all, right? Viper is play-aroundable, very physically slow, one of his biggest weaknesses. You know, he deters like an Ursa pick and some of those other key heroes, like Lifestealer. You probably don't really want to play into Viper. So it certainly feels safe. And as you mentioned last game, Nigma still very eager to pick these nasty green heroes. They've got Rubick and Viper here, so staying within the theme.
Viper is so annoying. I still don't really know what the answer is to this hero.
To Viper?
Yeah, just for like, I mean, I guess the answer is jungling, right? That's in the end, that's what the answer is.
Run away from it.
We do have Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Still
mobile heroes. I think that's really the counterplay.
Storm actually looks kind of nice since they have a Clockwork too. Have to really worry about cogs.
Yeah.
Might not have to pick it quite yet. Take your time, but
so they grab the Void this time. It was in the hands of Miracle, and now OG likely to put it in the hands of Mid One.
Yeah. They have some good combos of the Ench already, right? It can pump in a lot of damage.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be a Seb Ench too, theoretically. He does like that hero quite a bit.
5 seconds remaining.
Probably going to be support, just throwing it out there.
Yep. But the Doom is flexible. Mid, off lane.
Oh, nice.
Sladar.
Okay, so now they see the position 1, right? That makes your life so much easier when you're an offlane player, knowing what the carry is going to be. So now, Faceless Void loves to deal with burst damage, right? Because he can just time-lapse it off. Yep. Time-lapse. Time-walk it off. Doesn't care.
10 seconds remaining.
But Slider is just that slow, consistent damage over time. And you have to be really careful when he gets to the 3 stacks, because what if the Clockwork runs it with a battery assault? And suddenly you get bashed once, and then a couple more bashes, and... Oh, buddy.
Baby. All right. Well, you asked, how do we deal with Viper? If this hero is mid, I think Arc Warden can deal with Viper just fine. I'm pretty sure that's a matchup that Arc is pretty darn happy with.
This hero is something else, man.
10 seconds remaining.
And does appear to be a pretty good Arc Warden game. I don't think any of these 4 heroes pose any significant threat as like a specific counter pick to the Arc Warden.
They do have Clock, though. I mean, at least that's something, right?
It's something to get in the back line. Yeah, I guess you're right. But
still, it's not
I wouldn't call that a hard counter by any stretch.
Especially if he's probably going to buy Pyke anyway.
Yep. I do really like Slardar, though. I think he is a little bit of a sleeper hero. I don't know if he's been getting picked up in games that we haven't cast. Haven't really seen him at all in North America. But he hits hard. He gives you Roche options. He's got some pretty good item builds. He's like Centaur, but with a little more control and more physical damage. Great lockdown. Big fan of this hero.
Yeah, good bans on the Prophet too, though, because that would have been a nice hero to kind of round out their damage.
Global presence to play with the Arc Warden.
And the Chrono. Yeah, just like solid initiation across the map.
Brood, also a good ban from OG.
Yeah, I don't know if you just banned Meepo anyway or what. It's hot on everyone's minds. Is there something more valuable to ban?
And they have a pretty good lineup for dealing with Meepo between Chrono, Doom, Arc Warden's got a lot of damage. They actually banned the Ursa instead.
Would have been a pretty fast tempo to try and deal with.
Yeah.
Doom,
I think Ursa and Viper. It's like Ursa, Viper, Slardar. I could very much see those heroes dominating lanes, coming together for an early Roche and just taking over the mid game.
I thought they might ban the PA.
PA, huh?
5
with the minus armor, scary combo.
Like, got blink. And the PL's also still in, which is another pretty decent hero in this situation, I feel like.
Well, what should Nigma be thinking about banning here? I'm having trouble reading what OG are going to want to finish off this draft.
Yeah, they do have a ton of flexibility.
Obviously, last pick will be going to Nigma, so OG is going to get to pick after this ban.
If they picked a really strong offlane hero like an Underlord or something, the Doom could be a 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that could have been it too.
It's like Arc Warden and Void are the 1 and 2. It's this 3, 4, 5 that we're trying to figure out with Ench, Doom.
I think the Ench is probably a 5. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. It's mostly just between Seb and Doom.
Okay.
10 seconds
is he the Doom or is Soxa the Doom? And then is there anything more valuable here to help us out?
5 seconds remaining.
They could look for another Lion-esque hero for Soxa that brings a little more control of the table. And no, they go back for the Brewmaster. So,
wow.
I actually don't know. It could be a 4 Brew.
Soxa has played a lot of Brew.
Yeah.
So has No Tail, though.
Very interesting.
10
did not see that pick coming at all.
He got a lot of buffs. They're basically just number tweaks, but it was just kind of like across the board buffs for the hero. And they will, in fact, go for the PA as expected.
Called it. So looking for some one-shot daggers with the amplified damage, or the corrosive haze, as it's called now.
This reminds me of our Ricky game yesterday, where it's like, yeah, they're definitely going to pick Ricky, but the other team just lets it through. Like, I know, they know, but they understand that, like, you know, yeah, if they go for it, they're in trouble. So, I mean, it will be the core Brew.
PA is a hero that generally has some issues right now. We're pretty much only seeing PA picked up in games where she has an enabler, like a Magnus with the Empower, or in this case, the Corrosive Haze from the Slardar. So maybe OG just somewhat confident that they can handle the Phantom Assassin. Nigma are going to be looking to control Roche, though. I can pretty much guarantee that based on this lineup. It's going to be a big objective this game.
Yeah, not easy, though, versus Arc Warden, Brewmaster, and Faceless Void.
Yeah, you're definitely right. OG can stop it. They can't kill it nearly as quickly, though. I guess I'm picturing Nigma just, you know, one missed Chrono, or you take a fight and Chrono's on cooldown, then you just run into the pit and you kill it in 10 seconds before they can even react.
All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to go through the full version history now of the Brewmaster. So he got the Thunderclap. All right, so Thunderclap used to do 8 seconds slow on creeps for some reason, which was kind of funny, but now it only does 4 seconds. They got rid of that little change. Didn't really matter, I don't think.
8 seconds is a long time, though. That's like egregious.
They tuned down the lower levels of Cinder Brew, which kind of sucks because that was a pretty good laning ability. But they did reduce the mana cost at least, so now it's like 50, 60, 70, 80 instead of just a flat 80.
Less damage, more spammable.
Yeah, they reduced the cast backswing on it as well. But then the pandas all got buffed. So the fire attack backswing was from 0.57 to 0.3. They increased the attack damage of the wind panda by a little bit, by like 10, or the storm panda rather. And then the earth panda's movement speed is really cool because now it's faster even at level 1, and when you get to level 18, it's 370 movement speed in the earth panda. So it's just like trying to keep up with the mobility creep that's been happening not only in Dota but also as the game progresses. So hopefully your ultimates will be like a little bit more effective. They killed the crit build though. A little bit. They lost 20% on the level 25 Drunken Brawler damage.
Okay, that hurts a little bit. So no longer the... I
mean, it used to be 175. They've slowly been killing it.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, Brew, another one of these heroes. He got like the Underlord treatment. It was just a lot of little changes just across the board. A little... Everything got tuned up. Well, we saw what happened to Underlord. They had to tune him back down.
I remember we talked about this buff before. So back in 7.22, the Agnivs now also increases the Primal Split Brewling's movement speed by 100. And it removes the movement speed limit. So when you buy the, and it's not listed, it gives them bonus movement speed too, but the no cap is kind of the crazy thing. So sometimes they can get like insanely speedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't see the Ags come out onto Brew that often anymore.
Nah. I wouldn't be expecting it.
Not a very common item, but as you said, they are slowly making it a little bit more appealing piece by piece. It's a hand slap, mid one, and GH.
Hand slap? Is that what you call them? Hand slaps.
Hand slaps. They high five, dude. Slap hands. What do you call them?
High fives?
Let me guess. You call it paper, rock, scissors, huh?
I'm not that cool.
Well, another 2-1-2 perhaps. Actually, 3 heroes starting up top for Nigma. So maybe looking for a first blood? Or are we going to see a dedicated tri-lane?
Probably just a first blood. But depends on what Soxa does. That's the Doom down bottom.
Well, they scouted out. No Tail knocks down that tree and sees RMN right away.
They still get some licks in.
I don't know. Nigma might be happy to try to force the tri-lane if they can get the TP up here, because 1v1, Slardar should beat the Brewmaster. Like, Slardar are traditionally very good in these melee matchups.
Soxa didn't do the early Devour. Right? He didn't do like the one down here at the bottom, so he waited for the spawn. So they don't need the Clockwork because the Doom's not doing anything yet. It's still just a 1v1 bottom.
Okay, Doom is going to TP up. We are in tri-lane scenario now.
Oh, wow. Mid one with a really greedy time walk there. Not really punished too hard, though.
Yep, he'll be okay. And checking in on mid, the Topson Arc Warden against the Weehaw Viper. Pretty even to start. Very curious how this lane will go, though. Back up top now. Some damage exchanged into No Tail. No kill. Kind of an odd tri-lane, but the new Ench, not bad in these scenarios. Soxa gonna get caught by Battery Assault, but the slow is there. Mid one. The damage mitigated by Time Walk.
Miracle's still just holding the point as well. And this courier's been chilling in the tower for quite a while now. No Tail looking to get some space to send it back home.
Down bottom, Mind Control putting the work in against Seb. Might find a first blood. No, Seb does survive, but getting bullied pretty hard. You can see that CS disparity.
And this is where that early changes to the Ignite are going to hurt, because like this is already going to be a bad matchup. This is not going to be a lot of fun.
Now back top, Miracle in the tree line. The tri-lanes are ready to battle. Mid one jumps in. No Tails here. Can they get this kill on Miracle? No, it's Soxa that falls. Mid one, pardon me. Nigma find a double. Mid one, the lone survivor. A small silver lining for OG now that this tri-lane's been lost.
And he's just limping back to the tower, and Iron Man doesn't even care.
Yeah, like, a heartbreaker. OG were the aggressors there. And mid actually going very well for Viper. Weehaw is winning right now, 12-8 compared to the 7-2 Topson Warden.
He can, if you think about it, like Viper can just like walk up, right? There's not a lot of punish, especially with the corrosive skin, because there is some hazard for Topson. Yep, the return damage, but there we go. Points in the flux now. That's where, from what I understand, things get a little bit better.
Okay. For you. Still a scary amount of denies on that Viper for 3 minutes into the lane.
Looks like old Viper.
Yeah, seriously. Battle up here. They've got the Speed Aura, the Cobalt Foreman, helping Soxa and No Tail a little bit. RMN taking the whip. Oh no, the courier getting whipped down by the Cobalt. He gets it.
Damn.
Damn, drink that chalice, Cobalt.
All right, that is actually so sick that the Cobalt can do that. Ah, a glorious death. He went out like a Klingon, man.
Dude. See you in Stovokor. That's the Klingon afterlife, Trent.
No, I knew. Trust me, I appreciated that. Don't worry. I guess for the people, you know.
For the layman's out there, for the Star Wars fans out there, so they can be in on it too.
It's okay. I was like you two once, guys. Don't worry. There's hope for you all.
I too used to like Star Wars. Mid one up top, able to survive. Mid one. He's actually going to turn. They're going to try to chase and look for a potential counter kill. They do get the enchant onto RMN. Miracle, though, still trading right clicks. Jumps in hard onto Saksa. Scorched Earth working wonders right now. Miracle still continuing to pursue. Gets a little bit of vision, and they do find the kill. Now mid one needs to be careful. Does have another time walk.
There's so many sticks to keep track of in this tri-lane. There's still 10 on no tail.
He'll pop his, though. I don't think OG are winning this right-click battle. The PA daggers are too much. GH does get bashed by mid one. 10 seconds on the time walk, though. He needs to be a little bit careful here. Can't afford to take too much damage.
Oh, Armin.
Oh, he can't find GH. Mid one, time walk in one. I think he's still in big trouble, though. Does have stick charges in two. They got him. No, his stick is enough, but Miracle wants this kill. He jumps in and does commit for it. It might cost him everything. Does have Fairy Fire. RMN with beautiful cogs, knocks back no tail. The Fairy Fire.
Oh my God, he's coming back.
This is ridiculous, but Miracle's back in. No tail again.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Ah! 9 HP. Miracle survives.
And somehow the bounty runes are still there. I thought Saksa was going to go get them during all of that.
Well, that could not have gone better for Nigma, I don't think. PA now has a pretty nice advantage over the boy.
So. He's free.
Look at GH. Yeah, that's a nice counter kill. 5-1. OG get on the board.
That was hilarious.
In the mid lane, though, it is still a bit of a disaster. 26 to 16 in CS, but if you look at net worth, 2,100 on Viper, 1,500 on the Arc Warden. So a large gap.
Down bottom. All right, Seb's got the charges for it, but Mind Control not even going to force it. Seb's doing way better than I thought he would. I thought this would be like worse than this. I mean, it's still a decent lead. It's like a 400 gold lead, but I actually thought it would be a lot harder. But he's just been constantly splitting the wave up.
Seb's been playing this very well. Slardar, scary in these kind of matchups. The Bash of the Deep does so much. So I'll never forget that game where we saw the Ember versus Slardar mid, and seeing how Slardar just handled him so completely.
I believe that was Boxy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
it had a fun
Boxy
time.
Slardar. Like that was like a black and white hard counter of holy shit, Ember can't do anything. Brew, obviously, a lot more options there. Don't sleep on the Slardar, folks.
He didn't want to pop his ulti defensively, but he's been spotted by this ward. And Weeha's still going in, so they're going to bring reinforcements here.
There's the split. They want this Viper, and they might find him with Saksa. Thompson does take a Viper strike and is probably going to go down as well. 1-for-1, of course, advantage for the Dire. Thompson falls second. Now they want more.
Had no mana, or he could have gotten a kill there.
Yeah, treads, some stick charges.
That was really interesting that Weeha still went in. He knew they were gonna. The Brewmaster was coming in too.
He just saw that. Yeah, I can get this kill on Thompson, but unfortunately, I think he died first, right?
Correct. Yeah. The Viper died first, so not a good trade for Weeha. Maybe overestimating his damage a little bit, thinking he could perhaps kill Thompson before going down himself.
Meanwhile, Weeha's gonna TP up top, but he TP's right into a creep. So
RMN be in some trouble here. They will save him. Viper drops the Nether Toxin. And right now, GH holding mid against Thompson.
We'll have to see if the lack of bash comes into play at any point during this game from the break.
That's a good call.
And crits, I suppose. There's a couple things going on. Oh wait, never mind. Not a passive anymore. Dota.
Oh yeah, you're right. Not a passive. Not a passive.
Always gets you.
No tail, on the run. RMN closes the gap. That Centaur not going to be enough help for the Ench to live through this one, I don't think. And meanwhile in the mid, Thompson, he gets ganked. Does still have the Tempest double. Saksa trying to run. GH might get brought down in exchange. Nope, he'll survive, and Saksa also falls. That's 3 dead on OG around the map. Nigma getting a big lead. And, you know, not only did the Slardar win the lane and has an advantage over the Brew, but having a farm Slardar means he's going to have a pretty fast Blink Dagger. He's already got his phase boots. He can cruise around. Like, Slardar's not just getting farmed to right click, but this will enable him to set up for the other heroes on the team.
We get ourselves a theme today, man. It's the winning team taking the tier 1 tower mid before 10 minutes. It might happen again here, but Iron Man's driven back and killed. Wait, what? Yep. Okay, yeah, that ghost is definitely gonna kill him, right?
Nope.
Oh, what level is it? Oh, it's only level 2, right?
2, yes. Level 2 Spark Wraith. Yeah, she scales up. A 2K net worth lead. All 3 cores Enigma, top of the charts. And similar to last game, a bit atypical, but Thompson really struggling. He is bottom of the cores right now, actually behind the
They have
Rubick.
split down here. They might be able to kill MC.
See on the run. TP's coming. They can't kill this Slardar. He is too big and also too speedy. Level 4 no tail. Look how much that bash the deep does. There's no untouchable. Looking for more. Bruce Split comes out. No tail stuck in the trees as RMN cuts off the path to retreat. Now Weehaw drops the ult. It's only a level 4 Doom. Saksa able to survive. The Brewlings putting in a lot of damage to Weehaw. Gonna go back into Panda form, and they do get the kill. Not so bad for OG. If they can get RMN here, that'd be great. And it looks like they will. The double damage on mid one will be more than enough, but now PA is here and they're ready to party. Saksa gonna go down next. And I'll let the Void back up. So who won that trade?
I think OG did. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, they get a XP and gold gain.
One thing that Sep did that Brewmasters tend to not utilize the most is the Wind Panda double damage by proccing that invis hit. It's a lot. It keeps getting buffed too.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that's like
it's
you can use it twice. I think you can use it. I went up 40 damage on the first level.
It's like a Lothar's backstab thing, right? Like you buff on yourself and then you get a big punch. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have been buffing
it there
that
for the final kill on the Weehaw.
Like most people think of the Storm Panda as just the Cyclone, you know?
Yeah, and well, it's also a really good game for the Dispel too, versus the Slardar.
Yep.
Look there.
RMN mid lane initiated on. Arc Warden, not an easy hero to run from. Big rotation out of OG. It's 4 heroes mid, but Sox is still only level 5. Takes a Viper Strike. It's a lot of poison damage. He might still live though. Weehaw is going to go down. Soxa still falls. 1 for 2 in the mid. Good fight for OG.
Man, Seb's owning. He's done so much this game out of a disadvantageous lane.
No
almost
tail.
off to mind control.
In some trouble, untouchable, helping him out, but in the end, not enough. 2 for 2.
Look at how Seb's built too. He's looking for the value points because the breakpoints on Thunderclap and Cinderbrew with the level 2. That's why he was 2-2-3. Because Cinderbrew doubles from 1 to 2, and then so does the Thunderclap almost. It doubles like 90 to 160.
The value.
Yeah, it's very good utilization.
Thompson up top, they scan him, they find him, mind control, had the bash queued up, hits him with a stun, they need a little follow-up to find this kill, and it'll be there. Viper joins the party, GH helps him out, but now the Chrono comes out of mid one's Faceless Void. Do they have any follow-up damage? Mind control survives, Cogs come out. Mid one does survive, Doom dropped onto the PA. She'll be repelled, and now the split from Seb. Could still be a good fight for OG as they do bring down the Clockwork. Weehaw, isolated by the Cyclone, he comes back down, and he's gonna be going down too, it looks like. Stick charges, Viper Strike, Soxa could be in trouble. They're about to lose this Bruce Split also. Weehaw still alive. They don't get the Thunderclap. Bruce Split does commit to finish off the kill. GH split up. Can they get this kill onto Seb now? They've got the stun and they've got a few more.
And they can chase down No Tail with the next Cyclone.
A messy, chaotic fight, but it does look like that Bruce steal is going to tip the scales and push things in favor of Nigma once again.
Yeah, GH got the clap last time, but this time Stealing the primal split. Oh, that one hurts. And he'll still get another use out of that, too, if he doesn't go for another team fight anytime soon. And Seb died with buying the Midas, so...
I think I'd be pretty tempted to keep that one if I were Rubick and then force another team fight. That is a damn good steal at 13 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there's also time walk, though, so I would understand if he wanted to, like, snag that at some point. Because that can just be a free kill a lot of the time.
True. Maybe depends on how low this primal split cooldown gets before he has that opportunity.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I feel it's always tricky with Rubick. You know, it's like you get those big steals and you kind of want to save it, but at the same time, you do that math in your head of, okay, how many potential steals am I missing by holding this for a minute 40 or
I mean,
140
for now,
seconds?
They're not doing anything anyway. They're just hanging out. Mind control is Blink. I'm guessing he's on that courier. Oh, sorry, it's Vlad's, right. He went that first.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tower push up top will go uncontested.
Dire's
And Miracle
top tower
did not go greedy this game on the PA. What
They're setting
up endurance.
Yeah, they're setting bottom with the ward and the hook shot.
Oh, hook shot in. Connects on two. Mind control right there, looking for a follow-up stun. They're trying to kill Thompson.
They can't really damage them in the cogs.
Well, he does go down. It's a 1-for-1. They get RMN in exchange for Thompson, but now Mind Control in pretty far. Is there any help to try to save this Slardar? Has a lot of stick charges. Buyback from the Clockwork now. He'll TP in, and OG sound the retreat. The Viper trying to get down here, but he's so damn slow. He's not going to make it in time, and I think OG will make it back. They turn for a bash onto the Slardar. Primal Split comes out, and they do want this counter kill. It is a 5v4, but Thompson also coming back up soon. Doom drops on the Slardar. Should secure this kill. Looking for more. It's a nice chrono onto 2. Make it 3 as the PA comes in. No follow-up, but it does break up this fight. Soxa getting low. Miracle turns to finish him off. OG might have bit off more than they could chew with this one. RMN losing the duel against Seb. Remember, this is his buyback. If he dies here, he's going to be dead for a while. Trying his best to survive. Doesn't, but still baits in Seb. They get the Brew, they get the Void, and now No Tail on the run.
Balance the scale.
It is a win for Nigma. Let's take a look at the recap. A 3-for-4. The Clockwork died twice.
Man, that was kind of rough at the start, though. They got really lucky with the battery assaults, I think, in the middle of all that, because he trapped 3 heroes in those cogs, and I was looking at the damage breakdown, and Thompson took like almost all the battery assault hits. It's pretty ridiculous. And then they telekinesed him as well, so he got kind of locked down.
Yeah, you were right, though. It was a great setup from the clock, but it also blocked out the Slardar from getting a really good potential Slitherine crush. Because there isn't a Blink Dagger on Miracle yet. He went for the Blads first. We'll have the Blink pretty soon. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. The Slardar. The Slardar.
Slardar. Well, while they're roaching, they're also taking mid. Oh! No, the clone couldn't get the deny. Nice try, though.
I like this play a lot from Nigma, though. You push the tier 1 and take Roche simultaneously, and this is that value we talked about. Slardar PA, even though OG have really good ultimates around the Roche pit, they're on cooldown right now, and they can kill Roche easily with just these 2 heroes.
Well, we talked a little bit about this build, too. I don't know if Mid One's on the same page as you and not remembering what the Yagnums does. I'm going to assume he knows.
Yeah, so does not reduce the cooldown on Chronosphere anymore. Now you get the AoE time lock. When you time walk, where you land, you get, what is it, range of 6... Well, what's the AoE? 350. That's it. 350 radius. Where you land, procs a guaranteed time lock. So if you're clumped up, it can be a really cool way to initiate. I don't know if I've ever seen this Ags in a pro game, actually. So I'm excited to see if this works out well for mid one.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are your thoughts? You sound a little skeptical over there, big dog.
I mean, he's kind of the hard... Well, I guess he's not really the hard one, right? So that's why it makes a lot of sense. Like, he just needs to make a lot of space for the Arc Warden.
Yeah.
It seems like a very heavy investment for what it does. It basically means he can't really farm that fast, right? It's slowed down.
I'm surprised it's first item. You know, I think like a Maelstrom or any, like even a Midas, anything to let you accelerate your farm before the
Well, it's going to accelerate, right? Like, it will be a farming item.
I mean, yeah.
there's that. It's just,
is it that significant in terms of helping your farm, though? Like, relative to a Midas or Maelstrom?
Yeah, I mean, think about the rate there when he time walks into that camp, right? That's every 6 seconds you can do that.
Okay.
That's a guaranteed AoE time lock.
Yeah, you're making a good point. It does sort of double as a farming tool. Be interesting to see how much that impacts his bottom line. Mid lane, invisible GH sets up onto Thompson. He'll try to TP out. Chrono miss. Thompson still dies in the well to the poison. Stolen Chrono from the Rubick. Sets it up on 3. OG. This is an abysmal team fight. The Doom comes down on mind control, but the damage has been done. He killed the Doom, and this is going to end a 1-for-2 exchange.
He's trying to lifesteal.
But that's the Aegis, folks. It's a 1, it's a 2 for Aegis. RMN, he is going to go down, but GH so deep in the back line. They're trying to keep him around. Seb going to come back into Panda form. They were ready with the telekinesis, and he's got nothing left. OG take heavy losses here. They do get the kill on the clockwork, but I think RMN is A-okay with that trade.
Yeah, oh, geez. I believe.
Yeah.
Mid one is just trying to finish his Agnus in the bottom lane.
Just that whole sequence, right? The Invis rune to set up on Thompson, the TP out that doesn't save Thompson in the end, the missed Chrono,
really
the
simple?
stolen Chrono.
How about just putting the Aegis on the Slardar instead of the PA?
Yeah.
You know?
Genius play.
It sounds so simple, but like
Dyer's
a lot of the
middle
games
tower
that would have been on the
is
PA.
And it
But
makes
Mind Control's
sense.
setting up for the PA every time anyway.
Exactly. Like Mind Control is playing true frontliner. I am charging in there. Clockwork also been playing that kind of style, but yeah, that was a really smart read. And now they're going to jump in on No Tail. He's done.
All right, so this is basically mid one's Battle Fury, right? It's like a Battle Fury that team fights a little bit better.
Yeah. And has, I guess, a more stat-heavy build-up if you're worried about survivability. Mid lane, though, we're going to see a big engagement breakout. Thompson will go down first. No buyback available there. OG starting to crumble a little bit. Mid one, time walk back. They've got him with a dagger. Of another time walk in a few seconds, but still a lot of damage on him. The slow from the Viper. This is significant. They've got big damage, and he's dead. Ouch. Backline now.
Trying to grab the wave.
Well, they're going to grab Saksa instead. Nigma are on point today, Trent. They are looking
really
good.
Are.
Radiant's bottom
Great
tower
movements.
is under attack.
Very much on the same page. The Deso, of course, out on the PA. She's had it for a little while. Now MKB queued up next. Void starting to get
Radiant's
outscaled,
bottom
and
tower is
Thompson
under attack.
feeling like a bit of a
Dyer's middle
non-factor
tower is
this
under
game.
attack.
Been behind for most of it. They've obviously put a lot of emphasis on shutting down Thompson this game, so they haven't made it easy for him on this Arc Warden, but there's just been no intimidation factor out of Thompson here.
Well, this is their fight.
Now in onto Mind Control. It's a good Bruce split. Slithering Crush doesn't yield much, and Mind Control will get brought down, but makes the space for his team to retreat. And I think the rest of Nigma will get out. Viper, though, caught by a Cyclone. Maybe enough follow-up. There is a Chrono. Hook shot off to the side. They drop Saksa. Midwolf jumps in, looking for the counterplay. Buyback on the Doom. Miracle still alive for now. Void jumping in the Chrono. He does catch it. Can they kill Miracle, though? The stolen Chrono again stops the back line. Miracle lives. Mid one can't finish him off. Gets another bash. Miracle looking for crits. The carries both go down, but the rest of OG in big trouble. Now Thompson falls. GH in the back line trying to finish off the Tempest double. He'll get it, but he will get doomed in exchange. This is the buyback from Saksa now. Should be able to guarantee this kill on the Rubick. Weehaw doing everything he can to try to slow it down. Looking for the dieback onto Saksa, trying to stack up the poison. Can he find both kills? Saksa down.
Got another poison. Yeah, there's no TP on No Tail.
Untouchable might help a little, but Mind Control's here, catches the stun. Gets a miss uphill. Not going to make a difference, though. That's going to be a full wipe. That is 6 deaths on the side of OG, I believe. The Doom dying twice.
Oh, man. GH played that fight so well. And he was waiting for the split throughout the majority of the fight, but then he was just outside of range when Seb ended, and he got the blink off right away, too, to clap and ignite, so, or Cinderfree, rather. And then he was holding and waiting for the Chrono, and mid one just got handled again with the steal.
Even with the buyback, it's a pretty even gold exchange. Nigma took pretty heavy casualties there also.
Dire are scanning.
This Rubick, though, GH, been playing very well. Blink Dagger, Force Staff, and Aether Lens now. A long reach, but he has stolen Chrono in back-to-back fights. Devastating. Mid one. Initiated on. Time walk away. No more help. He's done. No buyback on this Void. Now Seb does have a split, but stuck inside a cog. It's going to be hard to get this cast point off. He's done as well. No buyback on either hero in the grave.
Is an honor.
Yeah, I mean, all they can do really is wait for everything to be up again and try once more, right? It's a bit of a tough spot to be in.
GH finds a catch. Long range initiation onto No Tail. Steals the Nature's Attendance and sets up another alley-oop for Miracle. Not even a team fight here. OG just getting picked apart one at a time.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Kind of a cool build out of Miracle also. He's going to go Desolator just straight into Satanic. So once that reset so he can sustain in those fights.
Yeah, it probably just knows that he's going to get doomed
Dire's
anyway.
middle tower has fallen.
Yep, status
Although the
resistance.
BKB would still be pretty good. Assuming he didn't get doomed, it would let him get through a lot of this other baggage that's in there. But there's Chrono too, so similar to our previous match when there was a Chrono and a Doom.
Oh no, mid one, same story, different chapter. They might have the same ending. He goes into RMN, gets a little bit baited, and Miracle brings him down. Thompson down low, stunned as he tries to TP out. He'll fall and stuck in the cogs. They might be able to find a kill into RMN as Seb in the Panda split, but lacking on damage now. Earth Panda almost done, and they catch Seb before he comes back into the full Brewmaster form. Meanwhile, on the other side, No Tail netted up. GH putting this clumsy net to work. He tried to clip him. Sets up another one on the No Tail as he basically gets one shot by the Dagger Corrosive Haze combo. I'm sorry, the Deso Corrosive Haze Dagger combo.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
PA, not yet level 20. Doesn't have the additional -3 armor corruption.
Dire's bottom
Jeez,
tower
OG looking a little like Viking GG with all that big talk prior to this tournament, I gotta say. the shoe's on the other foot now with how much they're getting handled by Nigma.
Yeah, this has been a pretty devastating series. Turning out to be pretty one-sided in both games. Like the lanes were one thing, but these mid games have just focused or favored Nigma so much. They look for another catch here. GH just feels like he's everywhere right now, living on the enemy side of the map, setting up these plays for mind control, setting up these plays for Miracle. OG just cannot leave their base right now. Look at that, they missed the counter ward. That's a low ground ward that let Rubick set up that kill. They had a sentry nearby, so that false sense of security costing the Arc
It's in the
Ward
middle
there.
of 3 sentries.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, there's one on the high ground too. Oh my gosh, that's so devastating,
That's hilarious.
dude. There's a Venn diagram of 3 sentries and it's right in the middle.
Dire's middle tower.
Well, if they're not touching, then it's not a Venn diagram.
Oh, they're touching, buddy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Technically.
Dire's middle
Thompson
barracks are under
sidelined
attack.
up in
Dire's
10.
middle barracks has
Mid
fallen.
lane, they get the melee barracks, and Nigma just back out. They don't chance it. They don't care about the ranged RMN, TP.
Oh, don't let him out of there.
They'll
Ouch.
be good.
All right, how many more kills will OG get? Oh, by the way, there was a Chrono down bottom. He just Chrono TP'd out.
Oh. Sorry, I missed that.
Or rather up top, sorry, I should have said. I vote they will get one more kill
I'm gonna go with
two.
RMN.
Now, does the Aegis count as a kill?
No, it just does not count.
I'm gonna go with 2. I think they'll kill the Clockwork and one of the cores.
Now we'll see if they just win, right? That's the OG. Now
Yeah.
they win.
Tempest double down. How long on Chrono? Ooh. 110 seconds left on that cooldown.
You know, we had a game like this get fed away with a rapier. Unfortunately, Miracle's not willing to do that for us.
We did. That was yesterday.
Shout out to the Zoomers winning that game.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, that was an NA. Oh God, you're right.
Dire's top tower is
NA
Bit of
under
a
attack.
gift, the classic.
Miracle Miracle walking into the bubble. The only way to do it. Aegis is in the hands of Miracle now. They give it to the PA this time, not the Slardar. They jump in and delete No Tail. Does have the buyback. Will use it. Miracle with the Satanic actually survives through some of that burst damage. They jump in onto the Tempest double. Mid one, still no Chrono. Miracle somehow still alive. That's finally the Aegis. RMN.
There goes RMN. Part one.
That's the first one. And now
the only kill.
On to Miracle. He's going to try to run. Can they finish off this PA? They want to pursue for it. Zed jumping out deep. OG are going to commit. Viper killing
so let's already be right.
He's going to go down. The blink back, the Doom. Miracle survives. Now mid one netted up in some trouble. Time walk available.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Soxa, Poison, Weehaw. He's getting down low, but they are sustaining. Set the final sword. Not enough. Weehaw with the cheese. They're going to turn. Now mid one. He's going to get...
I'm the best.
A couple of close calls. But you're right, 1 plus Aegis.
One kill, just the clockwork, and GG.
I thought they were going to get one of those cores so bad. They were so close. Well fought by OG, but this should be the GG push. Still a tier 2 standing in the bottom lane. They're not going to tap out quite yet with the Arc Warden coming up. But Nigma have made the call, and I think they're going to wrap this one up. Buyback on the Doom. Brew up in 5. Will this repel Nigma? Not at all. They jump in to kill the Tempest double, and that's a dieback on the Doom. Soxa put to rest. That bubble, pretty darn annoying, but the Brewmaster also dead. Blink of an eye. Magnetic field not going to be enough to stop this push. Chrono comes out, and Void just dies. He didn't Chrono Miracle.
Radiant victory.
Okay. Yep. The Dota gods got something against